Well, new home construction is certainly big business in the state of Florida. According to a study by Realtor.com, Florida ranks among the top states in the nation for the highest volume of new builds. But just because a home is new doesn't mean it won't have problems.
Okay, all right, yeah. You see where all this is going. First of all, just being down here, it feels like the new building it just keeps going. And even years ago, I didn't get it. I didn't understand. It's like they're expecting this massive influx of people. And I'm like, where are all these people that even still, there's a whole bunch of communities. You see how mind-boggling it is for me. I can't wrap my head around it because I don't get it. But yet when they finish the communities or the building or whatever, people do move into it. So I must be wrong, but it just feels like more, even more, even more, even more, even more. Really? Even with all these price drops and, you know, these home builders, they're able to pay down rates a lot more. They're able to give you a bit better deal. But also you hear and see how they're not built that well, which sounds like we're about to get into. It's not great quality. I'd rather own an older house. I do own older houses, but the benefits of buying a new build, there are benefits of buying a new build. It's not just, okay, the home builder has wiggle room on the price, and also they can buy down your rate, which makes it cheaper. And also your insurance costs are going to be so much less than in an older home, like thousands of dollars potentially less than in an older home, that it's really enticing, like really, really, really enticing. But under the hood, are you really getting a better quality product? That is super questionable. Depends on the builder, and just in general is super questionable. But yeah, the amount of housing that's out here is out of control, and it affects the resale market. It's just out of control.
Some of which remains hidden until years later, when most home warranties expire. Well, we spoke with experts in the industry about why this is happening and how you can avoid falling victim.
Construction crews are working in reverse at the Edge townhomes in South Tampa, taking apart pieces of them because they were on the brink of collapse.
Just how bad is it here?
It is bad.
By bad, he means it's in the top 10 for the worst cases he's seen.
There was some water intrusion in this unit.
And structural engineer Tom Miller has seen a lot. He's been inspecting homes in the state of Florida for 30 years.
So severely rotten that we had to have it shoring installed, and we put the building department on notice that it was an unsafe condition. They actually sent out representatives. They gave a letter that if it was not remediated within 72 hours, they were going to condemn the building.
Those black beams crews are removing used to provide structural support.
That beam that's over the garage actually supports the floor of the second floor, the wall of the second floor, and then the roof of the second floor. And so if it failed, you could have a significant collapse, and it could be catastrophic, especially if there were people inside.
Tom brought us inside the garage of...
I mean, look at that. Look at this. Look at this rot. This is a new build. Look at this. Look at this. I mean, again, I've seen them building here these big condo apartment building type complexes where the first floor is concrete and all the upper floors are all like what looks like particle board. It's wood. You don't want to live in a wood building in Florida. I'm sorry. I know that they have them. I know that they're like old wood houses in Florida, and some of them look really cute and quaint and all that type of thing. But wood rots, and we got a lot of water out here. Like a lot. Like it rains all the time. And humidity, I don't know if you know this, is water, right? Like it's all in the air. It's just, it's mold, like all that. It's just not a good idea. And yeah, okay, mold can grow on concrete and all that. I like, you know, yeah, okay. But wood rots. You don't want that. You just don't want it. It's not a good idea. And this is a new build. That's crazy. Look at this. Look at this. I mean, you could see the plywood here. This is,
especially if there were people inside.
Tom brought us inside the garage of one of the units to show us the wood beam supports contractors rushed to put in.
Had you not installed this shoring, what would have happened?
Depending on what definition you use, it actually has already met the definition of collapse, but it was a life safety issue.
Tom and his team were called out by attorney Neil O'Brien, who represents the Homeowners Association for Edge Townhomes. Attorney O'Brien told us in a statement, "We are pursuing the builder to make the necessary repairs on the latent construction defects. If they don't, we will be bringing a lawsuit against the builder." The townhomes were built in 2019 by Ferncliff Incorporated. We spoke to the owner of Ferncliff, Cliff Fernandez, who was the general contractor on the townhomes. He told us over the phone, quote, "We were unaware of the issue, and in the last 2 or 3 years, no one has contacted us about this. We just became aware of this a couple months ago, and we will investigate and cooperate and try to do what we can." Tom believes the water intrusion started at the windows.
Water got in or around the window and then came down, rotted the sheathing at that particular area, affected the structural strapping for the uplift resistance during a hurricane. It then traveled down, further degrading. The sheathing got to a point where it was supposed to...
Look at that. Yo! And again, we just watched a bunch of videos on RVs and manufactured houses. It's worse in them. It's worse. Look at the siding in this compared to the siding in an RV and a manufactured home, right? This, it's getting in, he's saying, through the windows, right? I mean, anywhere where there's some kind of seam or there could be a crack, right? Which would be things like windows. A pinhole. Water can get in a pinhole. And once it does, it's going to move into it and just expand. And it's going to get in all your wood, and all that wood, look, it's going to do that. It's going to expand. It's going to rot. Oh, God. And it's structurally, it's ruined. It's fully ruined. You got to replace it. Fully replace it. Horrible.
Discharge at the beam above the garage, and it was trapped. It rotted there. It then trickled down over the side, got down to the column, and that's one of the major supports to help carry the load for the floor and the roof of this structure. And so you see advanced stages of rot.
Something like this, they're going to have to strip off all this stucco?
Yes, the stucco over the wood frame needs to be completely removed and replaced, including substantial structural damage has occurred, and framing repairs need to take place.
And again, this is why you don't want to be in a wood house in Florida. You want concrete. You want to be in a concrete. There is no other option. That should be your only option. And also, I think the only option in Florida should be a metal roof. It should be. They should not allow shingle roofs. They shouldn't. That's my opinion. The reason why I have that opinion is because after Hurricane Ian, you drive around right in the eye of the storm, went over my house. Okay. And luckily I had a metal roof. I got a metal roof literally the year Ian came, right? I got it earlier in the year, not, that's prices for roofs weren't nuts yet. After Ian, the price of, if I would have bought, I wouldn't have been able to afford the metal roof after Ian. That's the thing. If you drove around and you looked at all the roofs and all the roof damage, even the old metal roofs, I think we saw like 2 metal roofs that were clearly older. I don't know how old, probably decades old, that were torn up a bit. Not even a ton, not even a lot, but shingle roofs. I mean, my literal neighbor, the lady next door, she had a house just like ours. Didn't replace her roof. Had a shingle roof. Her roof was in my backyard. Shingle roof. She stayed for the hurricane too. She said she thought she was going to die. That's how bad. It's not worth it. I don't get it. Like they need to make the building stuff, all that stuff. I think they need to make it more strict. in that kind of way for hurricanes. You have no plywood, none of this plywood business, none of it, right? Okay, like in your house and like having the, you know, like on the inside, but the outside, it should be concrete and stucco. Concrete block house, metal roof. Should be all the houses, all of them. Shingles should not be an option. Metal roofs, that's the way to go. Even tile. The tiles, that's a projectile, right? The tiles fly off. No, total wreck.
One homeowner noticed water intrusion in their unit, and that led to all this, a discovery that was made just in time. In 2023, Florida lawmakers passed SB 360, which reduces the time homeowners have to file a claim for construction defects from 10 years down to 7. Tampa insurance attorney Dave Murray believes the bill favors builders.
What are we accomplishing by reducing the period from 10 years to 7 years? We are obviously protecting builders because now they're not responsible for another 3-year period.
Right.
Murray specializes in property damage law and has represented all sides of the issue: builders, homeowners, and insurance companies.
A home is most people's
anything that looks
largest
like that should
expense
not
and
be
our largest
built
asset.
in Florida.
When
That's my
it is
opinion.
broken, they look towards other people to assist. All too often, it's the fine print in contracts or it's the fine print in insurance policies that allow the responsible parties to avoid responsibility.
And when a builder avoids fixing a construction issue, some homeowners who have the financial means take the builder and all the subcontractors to court. There are more than 300 open construction defect lawsuits in Hillsborough County alone. In some cases, the builder may ask the homeowner to sign an NDA or a non-disclosure agreement in exchange for making those necessary repairs.
NDAs, how common are NDAs?
Non-disclosures agreement are becoming more and more prevalent, especially in the state of Florida. You have to ask yourself why. Well, because they're designed to try to protect the people that are engaging in the improper or unscrupulous activities. And so when people can't talk about their experience, it basically allows the general public to be shielded from what's really going on.
Yeah, they have no idea. It hurts more people.
That's not good.
What else isn't good is that it
sure.
continues to happen because Murray says there's no accountability.
We are failing as a state to properly enforce the checks and balances. We are failing to hold contractors and builders responsible when they are.
Okay, the only thing I can think of when I see this, guys, that, you know, as you get older, right, as you age, your nose and your ears keep growing. I don't know if you know that. Right, they keep growing, which, yeah, okay, I got this nose, all right, but like that guy got those ears. Oh God, he's got at least 30 more years of growth on those ears right there. Oh boy.
Building these products.
Do you think it's fair to say that Florida has a faulty home construction crisis?
They do, and we're dealing with a couple of different aspects that drive that. One is the contractors don't have an intimate knowledge of the code, and then also they're not directing, supervising, managing, and controlling the construction for which they pulled the permit a lot of the time. They're relying upon the unlicensed subs to do their work and not going back and checking it.
Yeah, and also
it's become a dangerous cycle Tom sees all over Florida. During our 2-year investigation, Fox 13 uncovered a case of construction defects in Pasco County. It happened in the Whitfield Preserve neighborhood of Starkey Ranch. More than 80 of these homes, built during COVID, needed remediation just months after being built. One family was forced to move out of their home twice for mold remediation. When we contacted Pasco County's building department, they told us they couldn't keep up with all the new builds and allowed the builder to use their own private inspectors. The county has since updated its procedures to have more oversight.
That's really bad.
Murray says in order to fix this big problem, our state lawmakers need to come up with big solutions.
What we should be doing from the enforcement is holding people accountable and maybe saying you're not going to be able to build as much. You know, fines are not getting it done in the state of Florida. When businesses make millions and billions of dollars a year, a fine is just something that they have to deal with. They pay that fine and they go right back to doing what they do.
Yeah.
But if you hold the company accountable, or you take away their ability to build in the state of Florida, or you put further restrictions on them, such as you can't use private building inspectors because you've abused that privilege, then I think we actually have the ability to start effectuating real change. And that's what Florida needs, real change and consumer protection.
Murray's best advice for new homeowners is to hire your own inspector, someone with proven experience and knowledge of building code. If you've experienced these construction defects in your new home, the AG's office wants to hear from you. You can file a complaint online, or you can call them directly at 850-414.
All right. Yeah. You know, this is a big thing. And that was pre-pandemic. That was 2019. That building was from 2019. I mean, what is the year range? I mean, okay, I'm in a 90s house right now, and I think it's built pretty well, right? I feel like it's built pretty well. I think we got a good house. And my other house is a mid-century house, and those things are all over the place. They're all over the place. And, you know, like I said, I was in that house. I think that if I didn't put the new roof on it that year, my outcome during that hurricane would have been very different. Very different. I think that metal roof saved the house. I do. Because I would have been it would have been the same situation as my neighbor's house, which is she probably got a lot of water intrusion because her roof was basically gone. Meaning the shingles, right? I'm not talking about her plywood or anything. It wasn't like there was a hole in her roof. It wasn't that type of situation where like there was just nothing. But they needed to come around and put a tarp on her roof because she didn't have shingles anymore. And she then was forced to get a new roof. And the prices she got for a new shingle roof was more than what I paid for my metal roof on literally the same size house. And a metal roof is definitely better than a shingle roof. It is absolutely better than a shingle roof. So, oh man. Yeah, there's a lot of issues with building in Florida, and they just keep on building. And yeah, I think that these builders that are having these issues, I think they shouldn't be allowed to operate anymore. They should. There's so much building going on. Just give it to other people, other companies. Other people will come in. Other people will come in from out of different states, and they'll move in. They'll build a bunch of houses and do their thing or whatever. But if they're causing all these problems and they're making you sign an NDA, that right there tells you how shady. That's crazy, because they don't want other people that bought a house from them to know they probably have the same issues going on. It's just, it hasn't come to the surface for them yet. So bad. Just so bad. It's really horrible.